أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Today inshallah we are going to learn about صيغة مبالغة that are the intensified traits of any entity. We in the last session we learned about isim sifa, that is sifa mushabba, and also we compare it with the isim files. We learned that sifa mushabba is a permanent trait, that and the words like hakimun, kadirun, and karimun, these are all those words that are on the pattern of fa'ilun. This is the most common of the Sifa Mushabba pattern, and there are many patterns that we saw, and inshallah, we'll see that how they can be seen in the Quran, in other and in the other texts. So we learn that this ya is giving away the meaning of always, like in Rahim and Hakim, that is always merciful. Hakim is always wise. So this is a permanent trait that we learn for Sifa Mushabba or Isim Sifa. Now, another intensified form that is called the Mubaligha. Like you can say the basic is a simfile, then we that is not a permanent quality, that is a temporary quality. Then we have because they can be like the isms that can act as fi'il, we can say they can be isim file, isim maf'ul, masdar, isim sifa mushabba, siga mubaligha. So we can say that the more we learn about them, like isim file is an intensified form of the fi'il. Then we have one degree up, then we have from isim file, we have this sifa, isim sifa, that is also sifa mushabba. Then another intensified form other than this sifa mushabba is the sigha mubaligha, that is where you can say the hyperbole form. So, inshallah, we'll see that how they are all different from each other. Inshallah, we know that these words, Qadirun, Alimun, Halimun, Rafiqun, Rahimun, they are all there's a ya. It is showing that they are the permanent traits of someone or something. Also, if we get rid of the ya, another pattern is Farihun, like we learned that that is overjoyed or happy. So now comes the hyperbole, the intensified form, or that you can say it is intensified the meanings of a word that can be uh, uh, we can get from these patterns. So what is a siga mubaligha? That is a noun that signifies or intensified or excessive quality of a verb or noun. Again, we have this masdar, like for example, Shakirun, as I mentioned that you can say that this is a basic form, the isim file form is the basic for the sifa mushabba or siya mubaligha. So Shakirun, and it is one level up to the fail, because fail can be in the form of we know that it can be in the form of isim, and when it is in the form of isim there are categories that show the intensity of that fail. So the basic, you can say the level one, we go up. So we'll see that there is a sim file after the fail. So it is shakirun if we say the one who does the shukr. So shukr is the fail, then isim file will be shakirun. So refers to someone who offers thanks or who is grateful. While the intensive form is shakurun, and that is our Siga Mubaligha, describes a person who is constantly practicing gratitude to the extent that it becomes a defining trait or permanent trait for him. So we can say that this is Siga Mubaligha, or the hyperbole is it intensifies the meanings of a word accurately. Like we can say there are two words, hyperbole or exaggeration. Like exaggeration means to exaggerate any word to intensify the meaning of the word, but not accurately. like sometimes in we exaggerate some situations or conditions. So you spoke beyond the truth, that is the exaggeration, but Quran doesn't have any exaggeration. But or we can say, however, the Quran does have you can say a lot of hyperboles used in the sentences or in the ayat. So, Siya Mubalagha, it intensifies and empowers the meaning of the words without exaggerating. Because exaggerating beyond, it is beyond the truth. And you can see that it is something not truthful. So now there are different ways in which the meaning of the word can be hyperbolized. You can say, like, uh, we have learned the words Rahimun, Azizun, Qadirun, Alimun, Halimun, Rafiqun. Rahim means merciful, but if we are going to change its pattern to make it more intensified form, then we can change it into the pattern of Fa'alanun. Then, like in the previous session, I told you that we learn about few patterns, and I mentioned that there are few patterns that are on the Mubalagha pattern, or they are the more intensified form than the Sifa Mushabba. So the Falanu pattern, it becomes Rahmanu. Then the An, you can say the Rahman An is added, like Ghufran, Ghadaban, Joan, Sakran. So these are all the patterns that are more intensified, and they give an excessive quality of a masdar. So they show that now this form is intensified, or the condition is enhanced, we can say. So again, taking the three root letters that we already have, and the and then adding on in the end, words made on this pattern gives us, uh, you can say, gives us the Siga Mubalagha, and it also gives three additional meanings to the word. We can say that like Shakirun, and it becomes Shakur. And if like as I mentioned that from Rahim we have Rahman, so it means it becomes extreme of something, like Joan. And we have Atshan, we have Sakran, so it means extremely thirsty, extremely hungry, extremely hot weather, extremely loving, or extremely merciful. So this extreme is coming from that pattern of an, that the words that end on the an pattern. So from Rahim, we have Rahman, like Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Inshallah, we'll also see that how these two are together in this Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. So we can say that sifa is inside the person, but may not be shown at any given time, like Rahim. But when we say Rahman, it is the quality that is extreme, but it is not necessarily uh, like you can say it's something that's being exhibited immediately, like Rahman, Atshan, Joan, Ghadban. They are also showing the intensified form, but also they are showing that it is an immediate action. Like someone, if someone is thirsty or extremely thirsty, he's not going to be thirsty for a long time. Obviously, it is an immediate extreme quality, but it is not going to be permanent forever. For that, we have the Afa'ilun pattern. So, like Rahim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rahim. We know that He's always merciful, the most merciful. He has the power of being merciful. So, when Rahman and Rahim combine together, it is a very powerful combination, because uh, we know that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rahman, His rahmat becomes immediate, His love and care happening at the moment, and they become immediate when they are being shown with their extreme. And the word Rahim encompasses the future. because it signifies eternity, because it denotes timeless continuity. It reflects an eternal nature. This Rahim, this pattern, this quality, it shows that it is permanent. So Rahman and Rahim combining it, they show the this these sifa and this Siga Mubaligha tells us that how merciful and how Rahman is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the beauty of the words that Alhamdulillah we are learning. We are seeing that how these words are used and how they are giving an intensified and excessive quality of a word and telling us that beautiful trait of some anything. So the patterns that comes next is we can say here Shakuran. غفورا شكورا صبورا قدوس. These are also patterns, and this is structured according to the frequency, we can say. And these are like shakurun, ghafurun, and it often appears or it occurs frequently in the Quran, as we know that. So like from Shakirun, Shakurun, and also from Kafir, we have Kufar or Kufur. Like Kafir is ungrateful and Kufur is extremely ungrateful. So here again, there is Mubaligha. Also, we have a word Siddiqun. Siddiqun is another pattern that has the shadda, and the shadda on it makes it very extreme. We can say extreme meaning, a very powerful or enhanced meaning, a very elaborated meaning. Again, we have on the pattern of shakurun, we have shakurun, we have also kudusun. Also, it gives a very rare pattern. Again, very unique, very unusual. With the Shraddha, it intensified because we know that when there is Shraddha, there is we can say, intensity in the words. So, what I mean is now we have learned all the basics of the serves. We have all the basic patterns of the Sifa Mushabba, Siga Mubaligha. Like we learn about the pattern of Falan. We learn about this intensified form. We learn about Rahim. We learn about Qadir. We learn about this pattern Fa'ilun, that how this is Sifa Mushabba, that is telling us a permanent trait of an entity. Also, we learn about this pattern, Ghafurun, Shakurun, Saburun. These are all patterns learned that these are the intensified form or the permanent traits whenever we come across such kind of words on these scales. And there were more in the last session, we did more patterns. So if you will go through them, inshallah, you will be familiar with those as well. So when you change this basic pattern, we are enhancing the meaning of the words and with these different patterns. So this is all ism mubaligha or the siga mubaligha. Also, the gender forms in the Siga Mubaligha. So the same word is used for both genders, for the masculines, for the feminines, and without any distinction, without any differences. However, adding ta marbuta can sometimes intensify the meanings as well. So as we have seen in the word allama. And that is why we have the Urdu poet from Pakistan. We have Allama Iqbal, and that Allama was added to his title because we know that he is the extreme, like he was considered as the best of the poet and thinker of the Pakistan history. So we have this word Allama. This is with the ta marbuta, and it is also one of the intensified or form, or it is one of the siga mubaligha. So also In the Ism Mubalagha, we have Ghaffarun, Kahharun, Jabbarun, all the small husna. And this pattern also suggests something that happens repeatedly. It also used for the professions, uh, like we have this, you can say, khabbaz, a baker. Like khubuz is the bread, so khabbaz is a baker who makes the bread over and over again, again and again. We have kasas, a butcher that cuts on the daily basis because it is his profession. So this pattern of ism mubalagha, when we have ghafar, kahar, jabbar, khabbaz, kasas, this is also telling us that there is some fail inside it, but the frequency is like there is a repetition of the frequency. So this is all about the Siga Mubaligha that we learn. That there are different patterns that are showing the intensity of an is of a fail. As I mentioned to you, that when there is a permanent quality added to a fail, when there is a permanent trait is added or a repetition is added, that fail can take the form of an ism. And that ism can be in the form of ism file, it can be ism mafool, it can be, you can say, siya mubaligha, it can be sifa mushabba. So, this is all about it. So, like in the end, we learn about the other patterns like Ghafarun and Kaharun. This, like Allah Subhanahu just keeps forgiving. So it is repeatedly, He is repeatedly forgiving. So it is also showing some repetition in the word. So, Alhamdulillah, we are all done with these forms from family one. We learn different type of patterns, and inshallah, we will keep on practicing. So, this will be my conclusion, inshallah, and I'll see you in the next session. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.